Hello, DestinedMindvibers. Welcome to yet another video. In today's video, we are talking about overcoming the fear of failure. The fear of failure is real. It is so powerful that it can prevent you from pursuing your goals in life. It can also stop you from living up to your potential. However, realizing that failure in most cases is a stepping stone to your success will allow you to embrace it with a winning perspective, enabling you to overcome any setbacks and advance to your next level in life. One great approach to overcoming the fear of failure is realizing that you are not alone in this battle or journey. We need to know that others feel like us and are going through the same struggle facing failure on multiple trials and levels of life. Therefore, reminding yourself that you are not the first nor will you be the last to experience failure will allow you to pick yourself up one more time and reach for that goal in the face of failure. This week's video will dive deeper into the most practical ways you can employ in the face of failure that will allow you to sway above and beyond any failure you may experience, so you will always be an overcomer when faced with failure. However, before we dive deeper, if you are new to the channel and have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button that helps support the channel, like, share, and do not forget the notification bell so you do not miss out on any future videos. Now let us get right into it. Everyone needs to realize that failure and life go hand in hand. They are like two parallel lines moving alongside each other. So learning this early enough will enable you to recognize that it is normal to make mistakes or experience setbacks while building skills to overcome the fear of failure. Knowing that the power is within you to determine what happens next after experiencing a setback will allow you to look at failure as a stepping stone to the next level. This is because whether you believe you can, you are right, and whether you believe you cannot, you are also right. So choosing what to believe about your next adventure is all within your power. In addition, two people can go through the same situation, which may be experiencing some form of failure or disappointment. However, these two people will get different results depending on how they choose to react and process the situation. The fear of failure can be so intense for some people that it destroys their willpower and any desire to try anything new. They get so destabilized mentally, physically, and emotionally that they get in a state of depression and start building on all negative thoughts that become a mental roadblock. Realizing that failure is a part of life is essential in allowing us to handle it in a way that will benefit us other than destroy us. If you have ever experienced failure and felt like you wanted to give up and not try again, stick around for some tips that may help you get a different perspective about failure that will enable you to use failure as a step forward to your next successful project. The following tips have proven to be practical and helpful in enabling victory when faced with failure. Tip number 1. When faced with failure, take a break and reflect on what happened. When we fail, it's essential to take a break and reflect on what happened. This helps our minds to rest and reset. When you take a step back, you are able to analyze what went wrong, which allows you to learn from your mistakes, hence helping you to not repeat the same mistakes. This allows you to think about what went wrong, how you could have prevented it, or what you could have done differently. Failure often happens when we are not prepared or do not know how to approach the problem or task. Looking at failure as an opportunity that enables you to try again with a better understanding allows us to clear our minds of all negative thoughts relating to failure. This helps us come back with fresh ideas to overcome whatever we may have failed during the first trial. It is imperative to understand that failure is not the end of the world. It is just a temporary situation, and it will not last for long if you are determined to get back on your feet and give yourself a second chance at whatever you are pursuing. It would be best always to remember the famous saying that whether you believe you can, you are right, or can't, you are also right. Tip number 2. Thinking about what you could have done differently. We have all experienced failure at some point in our lives. It is not something to feel bad about, but rather a learning opportunity. The best way to overcome failure is to think about what you could have done differently and how you can apply this knowledge in the future. You can do this by asking yourself these questions. What was my plan? What did I expect? What did I get? Did I achieve my goal? What could I have done better? During this time, you can identify what went wrong, why things turned out the way they did, and what could you have done differently. One needs to reflect on their failures, what caused them, and how you can prevent them from happening again. This will help with understanding what went wrong and give some insight into what should be done differently going forward. Tip number 3. Learn from your mistakes and move on. It is imperative not to attribute blame, because blaming yourself or others will only make things worse and prevent you from moving forward with your next project or stop you from trying again. It is essential to give yourself grace after failing, because it helps you give yourself some time and room to learn more about whatever skill or task you fail. We should not be too hard on ourselves when we fail, but look at failure as an opportunity for growth, because with the second attempt you are in a better position with the skills learned from the first trial. We always need to remember that we all make mistakes and need to learn from these mistakes by focusing on what went wrong, what could have been done differently, and the next steps. Before we proceed to the next important tip, please help support the channel by hitting the subscription button for more videos like this if you have not yet subscribed, and also like, share, and leave a comment below on how you have managed to overcome the fear of failure in your life's journey. Now, the next tip of overcoming failure is learning to accept your failures. Avoiding failure or running away from it will never teach you anything. Go beyond your fears, explore new avenues, try not to think about the rejection that you may face. Doing this helps you to come to terms with the fact that failure is part of life and that you too can fail. As you all move ahead in life, it is important to realize that failure is a part of life. So the sooner one realizes and starts treating failures as an opportunity to learn, the sooner you'll reach your full potential in life. Nobody should ever take failure as a sign of defeat. While it's impossible to avoid and prevent failure completely, the above steps should hopefully help you manage and mitigate the aftermath of failure. However, if after applying the above tips, and you still feel you're struggling with coming to terms with failure, as well as experiencing feelings of worthlessness with nothing seeming to be helpful, don't be afraid to seek professional help to enable you to bounce back to your full potential. No matter how you might feel, never forget that there are people dedicated to helping you overcome failure, with helping you get equipped with life skills to overcome in life. Failing helps us learn new things about ourselves that we may not have known before. We should take the time to reflect on our mistakes to grow as a person and as a learner, and always remember to give ourselves grace when we face failure, because successful people have had to try a couple of times. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Remember to subscribe and check out more videos on our playlist.